The district's new head of law enforcement says as the day was getting started here around 8:30 this morning, a freshman accidentally shot himself in the thumb. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. No one else was hurt, but there was a lockdown on campus because police say they responded within 30 seconds and determined there was no other threat. The student will be charged for bringing a gun to school and endangering others. Just last night, the district's School Safety Advisory Council met. Superintendent Manny Koch has tasked the council with making recommendations to keep schools safer. He also announced several immediate safety changes just a couple weeks ago. Those included using metal detector wands more often. But today, in a press conference at Douglas, Koch said he wanted to install fixed metal detectors in schools as soon as possible, starting here at Douglas. For the last year and a half, there's been a lot of back and forth over detectors in the district. A report in January said they wouldn't be feasible. Koch acknowledges there is a budget concern, but says Mayor Jim Gray has vowed his support. The superintendent also wants to see public education fully funded, plus additional funding for mental health and safety resources. He said he sees Republican governors in other states working toward that, but here, the district has had to find its own ways to get around low funding.
See Senator Mitch McConnell, what he's trying to do to free up grants to go towards increasing school safety and others. What you don't see is that same leadership at the highest level here.
Koch says he was in Frankfort this morning advocating for the district. He says he will continue to ask lawmakers for what he thinks schools need. Parents, as they arrived here, rushed here really to pick up their kids, were angry today. They wanted to hear what he's going to do.
Yeah, VJ, you're right. And the parents' main concern is how a gun got in the school in the first place and what can be done to keep it from happening again. Parents say they want metal detectors in place as soon as possible. For parents I talked to, getting that phone call saying that there's been a shooting at their kid's school, even though it was accidental, is scary. They say even though the school says the threat was removed, they worry one incident could spark another. After today's incident, the principal says between 30 and 40% of the school's population left. Those are excused absences, but for some parents, taking their kids out for a day isn't enough. Some say they don't want their kids back at school at all until something changes.
I want to withdraw my son, who is a senior, from any school. I don't even care if it's Frederick Douglass. Like, I love this school. I love that my son's in lacrosse, but you don't care about my child. You don't care enough to make one entry point. Everybody searched, all backpacks searched, and metal detectors.
Now, one parent I talked to off camera says that he thinks parents do have to take some of the blame, saying that kids shouldn't have guns in the first place.